Good morning. This is the 20th update of a 60-day juicing diet in a bid to lose 3 stone in weight by the end of December and 4 stone in weight by the end of January to be fit enough to run the New York City Marathon in November 2017 to raise hopefully a bucket load of cash for the national charity Dreams Come True, who make the dreams come true for seriously ill and terminally ill children. I have to report today, unfortunately, a spectacular failure on my part. I fell off the wagon yesterday, fell off the cart, the wheels came off in a big way. I got through the whole day, really basically until sort of 8 o'clock at night, when for some reason, I do not know why, I failed. I went to the fridge and I got myself out a curry ready meal. Don't know why. I wasn't particularly hungry, but I went to the fridge, got it. Before I knew it, I didn't even cook it properly. Couldn't wait. And I put it in my mouth and I ate it and I loved it. It was gorgeous. And as I say, I failed spectacularly. I went back and got another one, so I had 2. And then I lost control. Then I was in a feeding frenzy. I lost control of my feet. They was walking me all over the kitchen. I lost control of my hands because they was just putting stuff in. And I had 2 ready meals and I followed it down with some biscuits. Oh, there's this bit of cheese. Well, a lot of cheese really. And some bread. And then I had some crisps. So I had a right old feed up on a 60-day juicing diet, which represents a huge failure on my part. I am paying a price for it though, because my tummy all night was aching. I've been asleep. I've woke up this morning and I am feeling bad. Not just bad in my mind, but bad in my body. You know, my stomach is just sore. So I'm paying the price. But here's the lesson in life for you, for me, for everybody. You know, failure is part of our life, isn't it? You can't operate without failing. I used to play football when I was younger, a very good footballer I used to be, believe it or not, and I used to play in some very good, you know, high-level football teams. And I can remember playing for Southampton boys. You know, we were for Southampton City boys team, and we were playing a cup match at the old Dell, the old Southampton football ground, and we're playing there. And my family was there to watch. Big moment in time, all with schoolmates, and you know, fairly old bit of crowd, really. You know, it must have been about 50. Now, there was a fair old crowd watching, and we lost. But because I lost and failure wasn't an option, and you're brought up in sports teams and that, and some people put into you the fact that failure's not an option, you know. And I walked away feeling bad about it. Well, I wasn't particularly feeling bad about myself, but I just thought I had to feel bad about myself because I failed. And I was putting on a mood, and I had to work really hard, you know, to be depressed, and I wasn't really, but I just had to pretend I was, because failure wasn't an option. And when you're a sports person, I thought at the age of 14 you shouldn't be able to fail, and if you do fail, you take it badly. Well, actually, I've grown up since then, and I've realised that failure is definitely an option in anyone's book. And if you're starting a new dream, a new goal, a new target, a new mission, or anything in your life, then believe me, plan for some failure, and you treat the failure as stepping stones to your success. Now, I started a 60-day juicing diet, and to be fair, to go 60 days without putting any food in your mouth is probably near impossible when you're surrounded by the stuff, you know. But so I expected at some point I would fail. Didn't probably think I'd fail in such spectacular fashion, but I failed, and that's it. I failed. That's all I did. And the key learning point from this is I've failed. It doesn't make the mission a failure. And it doesn't make me, more importantly, it doesn't make me a failure. I've just failed on one day out of 60. So I'm giving myself a good half-time team talk, because basically, you know, as we operate through our lives, we have these little voices in our head that talk to us all the time, the positive one and the negative one. And unfortunately, we probably give the negative one more airspace than the positive one. You know, it's got a louder, bigger voice, and we kind of tune into that more readily than a positive one. And, you know, like as at a football match, when you're down, you go in, you get a team talk, don't you? You build yourself up to play the second half. And what's happened to me, I've given myself a team talk, and you need to give yourself a team talk. Every now and again, a half-time team talk. When things aren't going wrong, when you've mucked up, just give yourself a half-time team talk, but make sure it's positive, and make sure you get back on the pitch for the second half. And that's what I've got to do now. This is a stepping stone. My failure is a stepping stone to my success. I know I'm going to lose the weight. I know I'm going to get to the finishing line. I know I'm going to do it. And so this failure is going to stir me, because believe me, I don't really think I want to eat for a number of days because I feel so sore in my stomach. But it's a stepping stone to my success. And my body probably needed a little bit of food in it as well, didn't it? So, you know, okay, I had a failure. I did enjoy it at the time, paying a penance for it now, but be positive. Use it as a stepping stone to move forward, because you know what? I think I can go another 20 days without feeding. I haven't been on the scales either, because what's the point? If I put on some weight, it's just going to let me down anyway. And I believe in happiness. I practice being happy. I talk about being happy to everyone I meet. And I go into schools and talk about being happy. And one of the biggest rules of being happy is to forgive. And that reminds me of a film that I went to see with a wife. She dragged me along to see this girly flick called The Light Between Two Oceans. Girly flick. And I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. And there was a message in this film. Part of the film was a message about forgiveness. And this guy made a point that when you forgive, you've only got to forgive once. But if you decide to hate and to be down and to be depressed, you've actually got to work hard at it every single day. And you've got to still yourself and tell yourself to be unhappy and to be angst and to get all depressed. You've got to work hard at it. But if you forgive, you've only got to forgive once. And one of the rules to happiness is forgiveness. To forgive other people, to forgive your enemies, and more importantly, to forgive yourself. And you've only got to forgive yourself once. So I mucked up, I failed. I'm going to practice the art of forgiveness. I'm forgiving myself. I'm treating the failure as a stepping stone to success, and I'm moving forward. Because the point is, I've taken about 10 massive steps forward and maybe taken 2 back. So I'm still 8 steps forward, aren't I? And I might fail again. I probably will. And when it happens, I'll go, oh, I knew I was going to fail. Not a surprise. Just get over it and carry on. Because you keep going 8 steps forward and 2 back, and another 8 steps forward, another 2 back, and another 8 steps forward and another 2 back. You eventually get to where you want to go. So once I've stopped feeling sore, I'm going to have a great day. By the way, got to go to the hospital today. Got to have a little minor operation. Going to operate on my eye to make me back to being beautiful again. And so hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. It might just be through one eye. You have a really great day. Have a happy day. I'm going to have a happy day. And I'll report in tomorrow. Thank you very much. Goodbye.